Hey Marty, this Dexter. I'm just show you a quick recording on how to manage the queue manager within DBX. And I know I sent you an email response to your message last week, but I really want to show it to you via video, at least for a quick one. So you're looking at the latest build of DBX, which should be available through Net Update. And Net Update is really through the help menu in your current version. You might have a help menu on top, and then if you click on help, you will see the same option here, help, and then you can say resources, and then you can just click on get the latest build of dbx data management, and that would download the latest build to your installation. Then we'll have the same look and feel on the application that you're seeing right now. So begin with, first you just need to create a queue, which I believe you managed to do that already. So in my case, I'll just have a test queue created. So part of the new version 2.0 is the relationship tree builder. So in my case, I would like to have a nightly job that would be run and generate the relationship trees for me automatically on a nightly basis. So since you have a queue selected in this drop down, you can simply go to the list of processes that you have on the right side. I currently have 3 of them, so I would simply right click the one that I need to be run on a nightly basis and select the add to selected process queue. So notice that that process that I selected is now within the relationship tree queue. So you can also then set it to schedule whatever schedule that you need. Unfortunately, at the moment, there's no way to tell it what day of the week it's going to run. It's going to run 7 days a week based on the schedule that you have specified. We will be adding the day option hopefully in the next revision, which is I usually release new builds every month, and that has been the schedule since version 1.0. So I expect that that can be added in the next release. So once you have set this up, the other thing that you need to do is to either set up the task scheduler in Windows or any task scheduler application that you have to run it. So if you wanted to go that route, what you need to do is simply go here to the queue options, and there's this show queue execution command line. So you notice the command line here is pointing to C program files with dbxrunner.exe with a parameter of q2, and that would be the command line that you need to specify in your task scheduler. Alternatively, if you want to go through the dbx service as your runner, what you need to do is to go to your installation of dbx, and there should be a file there named the installer runner service.bat, and there's also an uninstall runner service.bat. So all you need to do is really run this as an administrator, because it requires you to be an admin to install a service, and this is essentially a batch file that would install the service. There's also this config file, dbxrunservice.exe.config. Let's open it here. That if you want to log, to generate logs when the service runs, you can set this to true, and you need to specify the location of the log folder. Also, The service can try to check on scheduled task or scheduled queue items based on a time interval that you specify. This is in seconds. So right now it's going to check for the queue that needs to be run every 10 seconds. The default is, however, every 5 minutes. And then that seems to be adequate for what I've seen, but it's really up to you on how sort of real time or near time do you want it to be. So once that is set up, and if you have changed this after you have run the service, you need to restart the service. Um, Also, if you have the older version prior to this net update, and if you happen to set up the service already, um, so if you had the old service and you set it up and you downloaded this update, then you need to reset up the service. Meaning, it's a matter of going to the there used to be a folder here called runner service or dbx runner service, and run the uninstall runner service.bat. After you uninstall the old one, you can then go to the folder dbx data management and install the service again, but using the install runner service that's within the root of the dbx data management installation folder. That is a change that I recently made, because just to make sure that all the files are really up to date, and I don't have to shuffle files in between folders just to update them. This will streamline the installation process and make sure that it basically guarantees that the files that's being run by the application and by the service are all the same version. So once the service is running, it should then be checking the queue based on your schedule. If it's set to every minute, then it will check it every, for example, in our case was set for every 5 minutes, and if it's set to every minute, then it will only be running that every 5 minutes, even though you scheduled to run every minute in the schedule, for example, in this case. So those would be the options that you have to automate the process within dbx. um, as a precaution, though, what I'd like you to do as a suggestion is, in the dbx database that was created, it would be called dbxdb. And so if before you perform the net update, make a backup of your dbxdb, back it up to some location, your preference, and also just make a backup of the entire dbx data management folder. That way we can fall back to the installation if need to. I don't see any reason why it would have any problems, but that would be just an extra precaution that we can take. The dbxdb, by the way, contains all your configurations, your process, your queues, database connection settings and stuff. So that basically contains 99% of all your settings. The rest are all configuration files, which are mostly related to connection to the databases in dbx. So hopefully this video helps. Just shoot me an email. Let me know if I need to give you a call, or if I need to be on the phone with you to discuss it a little bit more. Just let me know. Thank you.